we're in a good place. We just got to knock them out and start making them. Yeah.
How heavy is the game?
Standard, it's around 270, 275, something like that. It's, you know, it's not the big monsters that have been known to do, so, or at least be involved with. So, yes, sir.
Next game, licensed or non-licensed?
Non-licensed. You know, we're going to try to stay with that market. It gives us more freedom on the design side. You know, Houdini not being licensed, you know, we could have done anything we wanted to. So, and we kind of did. We didn't jump off the cliff here and come up with some crazy stuff. We tried to keep the Houdini legend, who he was, involved with the game, but we didn't want it to be a Wikipedia on Houdini, where, you know, you're just bored to death on facts and everything else that happened. Yeah. So, I mean, we give some of that out there, but we made the game fun. We have a lot of cool stuff going on. So we're gonna make, you know, we're gonna go move forward on the non-licensed thing, more of that pseudo license where everybody kind of knows what it is, and just kind of build on that. So that's our plan. Yes.
Warranty.
Warranty. Right now, we're coming out with a 90-day all-inclusive from the minute the end user, the customer, gets the game. And then we're giving you a year on the monitors. Both monitors will be a year. So,
Is that for operators or home use?
both at this point.
Good.
Okay, so, you know, like I said, the operator, we gotta kind of work with that, see how that actually works out. But right now, it's across the board as 90-day all-inclusive. We'll do everything we can to get that thing back up and running if you have any issues in the first 90 days. Yeah.
First, Rob, I want to thank you. 33 years, and through the years, sometimes dreams have come true. There's been people who attended the show, were passionate about pinball, and they got a job with a pinball company. Josh, I remember the Kugler family and all the years you making a game. Tell us a bit about how you got this job.
Obviously, folks know a little bit of the history of American pinball, so it's sort of a tricky thing in that regard. I was actually a friend of mine who had been in talks with a novel he had been pursuing. He threw them my way, and I had been looking to potentially get into the industry. And once you've done your own game, you sort of want to be able to take that and learn from that and go forward. So they reached out to me. I met a few times. I met with Joe a couple of times individually to talk about the game, talk about his view, talk about his view of the company, where he wanted to go. I was just relating to somebody the last day. Part of our very first conversation was about taking deposits. Given the things that happen with startup companies, I said, we're going to be taking deposits. He said, absolutely not. And that was a big check mark for me. And to be honest, that's been great because, you know, we showed the game in Texas. We've never taken a dime, and people have left us alone. You know, we don't have people saying, we haven't gotten updates, we haven't gotten status. People love when they do get an update from us and when they put something out there. And I think that was a key thing. I will say it was very tricky first coming on board from the standpoint, when you do a custom game, you do everything. You know, animation, sound, story, everything. So I came in up thinking, okay, well, what am I supposed to do? And it turned out it was pretty much like that to some degree, other than the playfield part. Joe took care of that. He said, you go run with the rest. Jeff, our artist, did a great job on the art, and then I incorporated his work and got him to do a ton more for the animations. We had another animator who was working with us, obviously the sound. But coming up with the rules system was very similar, but took a little while to kind of get the feel for that.
Joe, has this game been tested out in public yet at all?
No, it has not been on the streets. It has not been in the public running. You know, in-house, we're doing everything we can to bulletproof this guy. So, you know, we run into all kinds of things. It's, you know, code issues, mechanical issues that you never saw them coming. So the one thing that we did though is the 6 or 7 shows we've gone to in the States, we were able to get a lot of play And that play was condensed into the 3-day time period where you'd get 2,500, 3,000 plays on a game, and it started to stack up. So looking for failures, looking for issues, we got to be there to see it. A lot of times on the street, you know, you got to do that in-house first, and our shows were kind of our in-house testing with all you guys doing it for us and with us, you know, on location, basically. And like I said, we're focused, we're on the games. We haven't put games out there with our distributors yet without being manned by somebody from API. That was done purposely. It really wasn't, I don't think we were that afraid to put the game out there and let a distributor run with it, but if there were issues, we needed to be there. And that's really paid off big time on where we're at now. Because all the little tweaks and all the little mechanical things we did, without changing the face of the game or without adding a lot of cost, we bumped up the failures or the issues we had, and we covered them. So once we released for production, we had a whole lot more confidence. These games, these first 3 games off our line, basically, once the wiring issues were covered, and that's going to happen, first run, once the settings, coil settings, switch settings were done, these games popped and ran. The second one came up that much easier, and the third one was right on. So we saw the progress through the shows, but you know, we haven't done, we're not on the street yet, and that's about to happen. Yeah, that's next. You know, we got a couple local places. We have guys that are, send me a game, I'll watch it 24/7. We got guys that want games to put on locations for us. So that's kind of the next gen. That's the next move that we'll be doing. Yes.
What about documentation, parts catalog, or taking into your parts numbering system, knowing about changes to parts, configuration of parts, and just general operating guidelines?
Yeah, and we got our website. We revamped our whole website. I don't think we went live yet, but we're gonna do everything we can to keep that update through online. You know, being online. You'll be able to order parts through that. I'm sure we're going to work out with our distributors to make sure they have parts to service games. At some point in the near future, we'll be running some service schools around through our distributors to make sure everybody's on the same page on what to do to service our games. But parts will be coming through American Pinball and through distribution. You know, we don't plan on putting too many games out there without a manual. We don't want to ship games without a manual. At least the basics, at least the part number call-outs if you do have issues. Because in that 90-day warranty, you know, you want to be able to know what the customer's talking about, and the customer needs to be able to explain it to you. So that's the plan moving forward.
So not this big, but not this big.
Yeah.
So where are we talking?
What is the code going to be like when it releases? Is it going to be complete, close to complete?
Oh,
Will
boy.
it be updated?
There it comes. There we go.
It'll never be complete. People ask that all the time. Right now, I think we're at 84.673%. The breadth of the game is there. All the major components of the game are there. The wizard modes, the magician modes aren't all quite finished, so those are not available right now in the game if you were playing it. What's missing right now is there's just need for some more light shows, some polish with the sound and the audio. Some places the game's a little too chatty, some places maybe not chatty enough. So there's a lot of that kind of tweaking right now. Earlier this week, Matt, our sound guy, was in, and we're going through his stuff. So there's a lot of that kind of fine-tuning still in place. There's certainly going to still be some bugs that we're squashing. I'm sure some are going to crop up. We've been trying to put a bunch of things in that over the last few days. Some of the audits and settings need some cleanup, but those things are in pretty good shape. As I said, pretty much everything I've talked about today is in there. All the animations are in there for that. Again, you're going to see occasionally animations text is too big and those types of things. But that's primarily where we're at. I'm anticipating that as obviously the first games are going to go out for some testing. These things will be in place by then. As we start to ship machines this year, they will be complete games as far as you're not going to say like, oh my God, this whole thing is missing or this sucks. So if you go out there and you hate the rules of this game and the animations and stuff, and you're thinking, wow, well, as long as it's 10%, well then I didn't do a very good job. If you go out there and say, wow, this is 85%, this is great, I can't wait to see the little bits that are left, then I'm going to feel pretty good about it.
So it's gonna use USB to update?
Yes, so it'll be a USB update in the door. You'll just open the door, you'll download a single file onto a USB, you're going to plug it in, you're going to turn it on. The machine is going to see the USB there with the update, and it's just going to update it. Okay. Pretty straightforward. There'll also be a way, maybe not day one, but shortly thereafter, to just pull copies of your audits off. We're fine-tuning it now, but when you reset audits, it saves the time frame as a separate audit. So if your operator will be able to run audits, pull that off as a file, take it with you, come back the next time, get the next set of audits, be able to quickly compare and see those differences, as well as we're tweaking it to keep more of the longer term as well. So about 2 sets of audits in there. So that's not quite done yet. Those are things I need to try and finish up pretty soon. Any other questions? We're doing the time. Right there.
Are there any street operators out there? Can you guys, oh, we got a few, okay. Let me ask you a question about audits. If you look into a game, you're gonna see a million audits. There's a lot of them there. You know, a lot of them are used in-house for us to see how the game's doing. You know, back in the day when there were 4 or 5 pinball companies out there, you know, you had to go for the like a 3-minute game time. Audits helped you achieve that. Kind of knew what was up, what was down. Maybe you guys can come and talk to us, or if you got some input now. Like, what are the important audits for the street operator? You know, what do you guys use mainly?
What don't you have now that you would like?
You know, that type of thing. What is mainly used? Like, you guys go to a game, do you use your audits to adjust your games, to get your, you know, your outposts, you know, get your posts adjusted, or game time, or go into the settings for easy, medium, hard, whatever that might be? We just kind of wonder on our end, because the street has changed, you know, what those audits look like to you guys.
I always look for, of course, cash box. I want to make money. That's the first thing. Second thing is I want to give everybody an experience. I want the game to play really fun. It's a newer world. I don't care if it's a good players on it or fun. They have fun with it, they're going to be okay. So I usually like to play games but make it fun.
So one specific question, does anybody actually use 4 levels of replay? Does anybody actually ever use more than 1 level of replay? 2?
Turn them off.
4 on fishtails. Somebody turns them off, you use 2. Okay, I was curious if anybody actually uses 4. That's okay, good to know. Somebody's still out there doing that.
Yeah, come and talk to us about audits. You know, you guys, we'd like to get some of your feedback on that. We don't want to spend a lot of time on it if we don't need to. You know what I mean? Internally is one thing, but then everything else is.
I'm happy to talk through what we have in there now and what you might say, oh, that's missing, or I don't really care about that.